Hey everyone, Hybrid here with a super quick reminder before the video that I am running my This Is the Way giveaway. I've got a bunch of fun Mando and Grogu related products, including a first edition AT-AT driver, and it is running until the evening of Friday, June 5th, so you have about 10 days to get in on it. Go check out the video in the comments below, and all you have to do is leave a comment on that to enter. Remember, it's only open to US people right now because I am covering shipping. It is free, and international is just too high right now. But go check that video out for all the information on it, and if you'd like to enter, give it a comment. Anyways, let's get into the video. Thanks again.
Hello there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello, what have we here?
Jedi, we've been expecting you.
I knew I could count on you.
Hello.
Welcome to the rebellion.
What fun!
What's up, everyone? Hybrid here, and today I want to talk about some brand new Star Wars The Black Series reveals. Yesterday, Tuesday the 26th, we had a Hasbro Star Wars fan stream from Hasbro Pulse, and these have been so great this year. I have had so much fun watching these. We're getting them almost monthly, and it's just nice getting a new figure reveal so consistently. And with The Mandalorian and Grogu recently coming out, it has been great getting some new media figures. I am a big new media fan. I've had a lot of fun with a lot of the shows, and The Mandalorian and Grogu was right up my alley. If you have seen it, I highly recommend checking out my spoiler review. It is a bit of a long video, but I had a lot of thoughts on the movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's a spoiler-free review that I hope amps you up enough to excite you into going to the theater. We, as Star Wars fans, should try our best to make this movie succeed and go see it, because otherwise we don't get more. That's how it goes. But anyways, there was the fan stream, and they started out strong with a reunion between our goat Brandon and Mr. Stevie popping in. Always love Mr. Stevie's energy. He's a 375 guy, and I'm not, and that's totally fine. He still just brings good vibes everywhere he goes, and I think that he's just one of the better on the Star Wars team, same as Brandon. Brandon is a legend, so these guys always get it done. They revealed a bunch of vintage collection figures, not my scale, so I'm not really going to stick on those too much. But we did get the next wave of Black Series revealed, and oh my goshness, are they oh so cool. So, the first Black Series reveal was IG-11 in his Marshall Deco. And I actually recently put out a video, figures from The Mandalorian I hope don't get forgotten, when in this whole movie craze. And he was one of them. And they did such great work on this figure. It is the limbs from the IG-12 mech with the new torso to make it a true IG unit, and that is something that we have been waiting for, because now this opens the door to be repainted into IG-88. It can give us a Season 1 IG-11, just lots of opportunities for assassin droids going forward. This is such a great upgraded sculpt. The original IG-88 sculpt from 2014 just wasn't very good back then. It had nice paint, but it was a little bit small. It was a little bit skinny. The articulation was not just a little bit bad. It was pretty bad. And this just looks great. This looks oh so nice. And one thing worth noting, there's a photo going around where it was like a behind the scenes photo of him at Mando's house on Navarro, which, no spoilers for the movie, but you see his house in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. And so it seems like he was potentially going to be in a deleted scene, which is probably why this figure got made, in all honesty. So even though he didn't make the final cut, hence why they put him in Mandalorian packaging, it's just really nice to see him get pushed, a little bit forward, even if it was just because of something like that. But he looks great. He's got his Marshall belt with the belt buckle in the front, and his white and red decoing on the shoulders and chest, and he has his Marshall pistol, and he just looks super good. I like how this guy turned out a lot. Instant pickup, in my opinion. This whole wave is going to be instant pickups, because then they roll out this banger, the Remnant Snowtrooper. Oh my gosh. My review for the ATRT driver, I was just like, God, guys, it's It's a snowtrooper with a different helmet. All they need to do is sell it again with a snowtrooper helmet. And they did it. And truthfully, I figured for the Mandalorian and Grogu, we were just gonna get the helmet missing the face shield, and then Brandon was like, "Hold my beer," and we got the face shield lacking helmet, and then a swappable helmet with like the fabric drop cloth in front of the mouth, and then we get a swappable drop cloth with more aggressive wrinkling in it, like for super dynamic poses. So they gave us like a variety of options here, and I'm looking at these photos and I'm just getting like so happy. Like this is beautiful. This is so good. And the nice thing about these remnant snowtroopers is they didn't weather them super dirty. They're fairly clean. There's maybe a touch of cream coloring to the plastic, but not so much that it would look bad on an Imperial shelf. So when we were at first, they withheld that helmet at first during the stream. So at first, I'm seeing like the Mandalorian and Grogu version only, and I was like, okay, well, I'm in for like 3 of this guy, and then they're like, and also the OT helmet. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I need like 8 of this guy. So rest in peace, my wallet. The Snowtrooper is my favorite Imperial Stormtrooper design, specifically from the original trilogy at least. So very, very cool design. And just, I love how this action figure turned out. And if you have the ATRT driver, you know what you're getting here. It's going to be a great action figure. From there, talking about great action figure, they moved on to the mercenary guard droid, and this is one where I was like, I bet we probably get it, but I wasn't like counting on it. These are the droids that we see on Nal Hutta in the trailer, and their heads are very much B1 inspired, although they have some little extras on the sides of the heads, and the bodies are totally different. They're still skinny, but they're bulkier than normal battle droids. This almost seems like an evolution of the battle droid, or a bastardization of multiple parts, because some of the other droids, they're not all like this. Some of them had Imperial security droid heads. Some of these were like B2 super battle droids with extra stuff. I think this militia of droids may have just been a bunch of random parts pieced together. So it could have been B1 heads on some, type of security droid body or whatever. But we see a variety of these in the movie in a variety of colors. I don't know that any of them are truly duplicated, but I'm probably grabbing 2 of this guy, and they're just super cool. They're kind of just cannon fodder. They're definitely like, you get a lot of stormtroopers in the first half of the movie. You get a lot of this guy in the second half of the movie. So I'm definitely like down to grab 2 of these guys to pose, Mando duking it out with. He looks oh so cool. He has his tattered cape. He has a staff weapon. He comes with a blaster weapon, and just great. I love this guy. One of the things that I love, if you really look close in some of these photos, is it appears he has like rusty or acidy pitting all over the sculpt. He has been on this highly acidic swamp planet for a minute. His plating is all messed up, and then he's made from super old droid parts in the first place. Like, gosh, there's just a texture to the sculpt, and it's just superb. I love it. And then to round out the standard figures, we got Embo from the movie, which we needed it. If you saw my spoiler review, there was definitely a couple minutes of Embo slander in there, if you will, and I won't put you through all of it again. I will say, as a kid growing up in the Clone Wars, Embo was just one of many bounty hunters. I never thought of him as particularly cool or anything. Embo's role in the movie definitely feels like his job is to make all the Clone Wars kids go, oh, it's Embo from the Clone Wars! And his role could have been done by any bounty hunter. It could have been an original character. It could have been any other callback bounty hunter from the Clone Wars. And that's really all I gotta say about that. But they did translate his movie design very well. He comes with his bowcaster, which truthfully I don't know that we really saw that a whole lot in the movie. But then he comes with these like hooked blade weapons. We do see those. I remember very vividly. And then when you're sitting here looking at him, in this box with these accessories, there's really only one question. There's really only one question.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be coffee.
Where's the dog? Where's the dog?
Yeah, where'd the dog go, for real, though? He definitely needs to have his dog. I wonder if we're not going to get him packed somewhere differently. I'm kind of predicting that we're probably going to be getting some sort of, I don't want to call it like an accessory set, but like, there's no way we don't get the Anzellans, right? And there's a part of me that's wondering if we're not going to get like the Anzellans with their teeny tiny speeder, which could fit in a normal Black Series box. And then whether they throw Embo's dog in there because there's, like that scene. So like maybe, but I think potentially the dog is coming, just not packed with Embo. But it would definitely be a shame to not get the dog. If you're gonna bring Embo in, you may as well do it right? But from there, that does it for the mainline like Black Series figures. But there's two more reveals. The next one absolutely is just peak. We are getting a deluxe Zeb in his New Republic pilot gear, and he looks supremely awesome. I am absolutely digging this figure. Interestingly, he comes with his bow rifle, and we've had that accessory in the line before from Rebels, and the Rebels one transformed from staff mode to blaster mode, and this one does not seem to transform. It seems to just have two different versions, gun or staff, and you pose them with whichever one you want them to be using. And yeah, maybe it didn't translate so well into like the live action version. It's hard to say, but it's cool to have it, and I'm glad that they elected to at least give us both forms if they couldn't transform it. It sucked to only get the gun or the staff. Although, I don't think we even see him use it in the pilot outfit, but like, how do you not give him an accessory? Speaking of accessories, talk about a rare one in the Black Series, a swappable head? What? We don't get a whole ton of those. And I'm not the guy that's been like chomping at the bit for him, because like one of these heads is going on him and the other one is going in the parts bin forever, because it's going to get lost in the parts bin and they will never ever get swapped out. And that's just how my collection works. So I'm not like I need it. Same with the bow rifle. Truthfully, probably the staff one is going in the parts bin, and honestly, the parts bin could just be the trash can for the odds of me ever finding it in there again. The parts bin, after 15 years of collecting, it's a scary place. But the figure looks excellent. It is an awesome adaptation of his bulky blue pilot suit with the vest over the front, and you see the purple furred limbs, and just looks so good. I'm staring at these photos. I'm like, gosh, he's great. One of my favorite promo photos is him walking with Mando as you see them, on the base. Mando and Zeb definitely chum it up throughout the movie, and their working together dynamic is definitely a highlight of it. Steve Bloom returning to voice everyone's favorite Lasat is just an excellent thing. And gosh, I might have to pick one of these up and get it signed. Is this going to be Steve Bloom autograph number 3 for me? Am I really that big a Zeb fan? Once upon a time I wasn't, but he's grown on me. But yeah, just a great looking figure. Definitely with the other Zeb having been a deluxe, the Rebel Zeb one, it doesn't shock me that he had to be a deluxe this time. But he has some great engineering going on, between the double knees, because he's kind of got that like dog-legged leg design, where with the backwards bend in the lower, leg. And just the intricacy of his sculpting and the fact that they threw in a couple extra accessories you don't normally get. Like, I'm here for it. He looks great. And by all means, if it needs to be a deluxe, charge deluxe. It's what it's going to be. And then, I don't know what to call this one because it's not deluxe. Is it accessory? It's hard to tell. But we are getting another single-packed Grogu. And we've not had one of these since he debuted in the series. And we got the child in a tiny box like this before we even knew his name was Grogu. But here we are getting a tiny box. and it's great. I love it. This kind of thing makes me happy. I don't know. Like it's a Black Series box, but littler, and I love it. And I don't know how the art's gonna work out for the mural or anything. Truthfully, I'm sure it doesn't, contribute to the mural. I'm sure it's just a Grogu art on the side, although we don't have side art. But this Grogu is a new Grogu. I believe they said something on the stream about how he's slightly bigger. He's slightly upscaled from some of the prior ones. That's probably not a bad thing. The head and hands might be reuse potentially, but they're probably scaled up. But this is Grogu as he appears for the second half of the movie, wearing his armor out loud and proud. And it looks great. And he has some movie specific accessories. His little stick he picks up on Now Hutta to help him walk through the swamps, and the fish he takes, and he still has his packet of cookies. I don't recall the cookies being in the second act so much, but that's all right. Brother needs a little snack. That fish is dinner. He needs some dessert, and this just looks great with the articulated, like shoulders and the rotating head and the ball jointed wrists. I'm sure those little feet peeking out under there, I'm sure they're ball jointed, as have been on prior releases. Not that that's going to really be a big posable thing, but just looks really, really, really nice. I, again, cannot sing praises of this highly enough. It's weird. It's weird. It's like a mental gymnastic kind of thing, because this is going to be priced at $10, and Yakface actually made a post that there's already tags out on shelves for this, right? So he's here. He's going to be on shelves. People might be finding him on shelves right now. And he's $10, right? And I'm sure that we're probably going to be fine with it. But when he gets packed with Mando, who's a $27 figure, and it makes him a deluxe, and he goes from $27 to like $35, people freak out about how it's not a deluxe figure. But despite adding $7 to the price of a normal figure, but when he's in his own box for $10, we're fine with it, right? Like it's a weird. It's a weird mental gymnastic. I think people just don't like deluxe pricing, period. But like there are some things that just have to be deluxe, right? So I don't know. The philosophy of deluxe will always be interesting, right? So that was it for the new reveals, but then to roughly exactly quote Brandon, he said something to the effect of, "Do you want to make me make stupid idiots like Hybrid buy all these figures twice?" Because all of these figures are getting white box first edition releases, excluding Grogu. I think they said he is not first edition. But Deluxe Zeb, the Remnant Trooper, the Mercenary Guard Droid, Embo, IG-11, despite being in Mandalorian packaging for whatever reason, they are all getting white first box editions that will be available at Target and at Walmart at some point this summer. I don't know if there is a definitive street date for those yet, but these figures are all going up for pre-order this Thursday, May 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of them except for Grogu. They said that Grogu is not going up for pre-order. You just got to go buy him. And again, like I said, like there's pegs out on Target shelves right now. There's been rumors that a lot of stuff has been coming through the ports, that's not even been revealed yet. I'm sure these figures are some of these things. I bet we see these in the next 4 to 6 weeks. These are not, too far back. And I bet we see Grogu sooner. I bet we see Grogu in the next 2. So really excited to start getting some of these figures. It's going to be interesting seeing how a second batch of first edition figures are received. Pretty much every Walmart in my area I go to still has some Mandos, and then gosh, they either have a full set or most of a full set of the Stormtroopers. I think everyone that was like chomping at the bit for the first edition boxes got them a month earlier at Target. So it'll be interesting to see, whether Walmart and Target get the dates closer together this time, or if one of them does it and the other one doesn't do it for months, or however it's going to work out. But they'll absolutely get me to buy another set of first editions because I'm a stupid idiot, and I will just throw money down on stuff like that. But yeah, like some of these like standard, ones that you would just purchase to open your standard packagings, gosh, those snowtroopers, I'm in trouble. I'm buying a bunch of snowtroopers, a mercenary guard droids, at least 2. And yeah, this was a great stream for me. I had so much fun. Every figure, they pulled out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need it. There was none of them where I was like, that's a pass. Even some of the vintage collection ones, I was like, oh gosh, I hope we get that in Black Series. I hope in the second half of this video we get that in Black Series. And a couple of them we did. So that was just really, really fun. But yeah, this was a great stream. If they all go on like this going forward, we will be eating good as collectors. But anyway, guys, I'm going to dip. Thank you for listening to a guy ramble and share his thoughts. It has been a lot of fun talking about new figures. I will review these as soon as I can get them. There are some new figures hitting very soon that I am starting to find. So reviews coming very, very soon. And yeah, guys, hope you all have a good day. May the Force be with you, and I will catch you next time. Till then, have a good one.